सर्वत्र गोविन्दनाम संकीर्तनम् As we mentioned yesterday, today is Swati Nakshatram. And tradition has it that Narasimha took place in the evening when the Swati star was in the ascendant. So with that in mind, we will be bringing forward Prahlada Charitram, Saptama Skandam. So we'll do that between these two sessions and then move on to the rest of the stories. When we speak about the loss of self-identity, Tannirappu, in the Bhagavatam we have many stories of different people who tried to accomplish it, succeeded, failed, succeeded again, but many stories are there. But there's one story that is a 100% success story because the story began even before this child was born. An interesting thought occurs to me even as I'm saying it. Parikshit also was somewhat like that. Parikshit saw Bhagavan himself in the womb. Prahlada received the grace of Narada when he was in the womb. On the one hand, Narada's blessings, on the other hand, Krishna's blessings. Which is better? Naturally, Narada's blessings are better than Krishna's blessings. Now we see the story. Despite seeing Krishna in the womb, Parikshit turned out to be whatever he was. He lived his life. In the end, he did all kinds of things, then cried, carried on. Now, Prahlada was not like that. That is why Kabir Das says, if Guru and Govind both are standing in front of me, whose feet should I fall at first? He says, naturally the Guru's. Balihari Guru Charanakina. Naturally the Guru's feet, because he is the one who showed Govinda to me. Govinda is capable of deceiving us, Guru is never capable of deceiving us. Govinda's deception is called Maya. That's the world. We foolishly trust God. We foolishly trust God, not realizing that He is the one who has cheated us in the beginning. The first cheating ever happened by God when He created this world, put us into this world and said, go. Who is going to help us? Who is going to redeem us? The Guru alone can redeem us. Because the Guru is going to show you that all this is false, don't believe this. This is all false. Then who should I trust? When we ask the Guru, he says, trust God. Trust God. Because there was a chicken and egg situation. Guru or Govinda, who comes first? It looks like Guru comes first, but if Govinda did not send the Guru, how can Guru come? Govinda shows Guru, Guru shows Govinda. It is Bhagavan who reveals the Guru to us. It is Guru who reveals Bhagavan to us. Because we cannot directly see either of them. We cannot identify the Guru, nor can we identify Govinda. Bhagavan has to show the Guru to us, and the Guru then will show Govinda to us. Is that? Independently, we are not able to distinguish them or identify them. So in Narada's case, in Prahlada's case, Narada becomes the Guru of Prahlada. We spoke about Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu. When Hiranyaksha was killed by Bhagavan, but the entire family was in tears. They were all crying. Hiranyaksha's body was brought there. Hiranyakashipu was there. Hiranyaksha's wife was also there. Everybody was crying. And seeing them all cry, his nephews, Hiranyaksha's sons were there, Hiranyakashipu's nephews. They were also crying. Shakuni, Shambara, Drishta, Bhuta Santapana, Vrika, Kalanabha, Mahanabha, Harismashru Utkacha அப்படின்னு இத்தனை பேர் ருஷாபானு அப்படின்னு wife of Hiranyaksha, all of them were crying. But Hiranyakashipu tells them a nice story to console them. அழகா வரும் பாகவதத்தில் இது. He says, you're all crying, don't cry like this. You know, who is crying? Diti is also crying. Diti is the mother of Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu. She is crying. Hiranyaksha's wife is crying, his children are crying. He consoles all of them. He says, Nitya Atma Avyayaha Shuddhaha Sarvagaha Sarvavitparaha Datte Sa Atmano Lingam Mayaya Visrajan Gunan. Hiranyakashipu tells all of them, you are crying for the body. Atma is eternal. Atma is never gone. It's only the body that is gone. What has been lost now is only the body. But in reality, the body is also here. The body is in front of you, but still you are all crying. It reminds me of a story. I'll tell you a story. A long time ago, there was a kingdom called Ushinara, and there was a king there called Suyagnya. Enemies came and attacked Suyagnya. He went out to battle and he died heroically in the battle. His body was brought back. His queens and his subjects, his ministers, everybody was lamenting the death of good king Suyagnya. And so loud was their lamentations and cry that it reached all the way to Yamaloka. Yama heard the laments and he appeared on the scene in the form of a boy. Yama is the god of death. He appeared there in the form of a boy. And he looked at all of them crying and he said, why are you all crying? Why are you all crying? So then they said, oh, our king is dead, that is why we are all crying. Our king is dead, that is why we are crying. They said, who is your king? Though he is our king. He is our king, he is gone, that's why we are crying. If he is your king, he is here, why are you crying? If he, showing the body that was lying there, he asked, who is your king? They pointed to the body and said, was our king. If he is your king, he is still there, why are you crying? No, that is just the body, the Atma is gone. And they told him, you are a small boy, you don't understand, Atma is not there, body is there. So then he said, oh, so when he was alive, did you see the Atma? When he was alive, have you ever seen the Atma? No, we have not seen it. Oh, what are you crying for? Then what are you crying for? If you are crying, the body is here, this is not the body, he is Atma, then you have never seen the Atma. Atma is eternal. Atma can never go anywhere. If you are really crying for the Atma, no need to cry. If you are crying for the body, body is here, what are you crying for? The Suyagnya whom you are mourning for is without doubt in front of you. If you identify that Atma with his body, then all of these problems arise. Understand the nature of the truth. Yaval lingan vito hyatma tavat karma nibandhanam tato viparyayaha klesho maya yogo nuvartate. As long as you identify this body, the mere body na physical body matramalla, linga shariramum cherandada, stula sukshma shariram, the subtle body as well as the gross body. Subtle body is made up of the mind, etc. Gross body is made up of this physical body, senses and so on. Together all of it is called body. If you identify yourself with the body, and this is the ignorance that comes, the one who is dead is not the Atma, the one that you loved, the one that you connected to is still alive. It was expressing itself through this body. That body is now inert, but that self is always there. Abdingara Jnanata, Hiranyakashipu gives to Diti, to Rishabhanu, and to all the sons of Hiranyaksha. On hearing this, they all attain peace. Bhagavatam. They attained peace, they were consoled. Bhagavatam. What does it mean? The truth is so powerful that when the truth is expounded, automatically Shanti comes to everybody. Not only that, Hiranyakashipu is saying this truth. We may think it is the devil quoting the scriptures. So how can it be valid? How can it be working? We must understand Hiranyakashipu also is none other than Jaya, the attendant of Bhagavan, who has taken this form for a particular role. So he is doing this role. That doesn't mean his essential nature has changed. Like that, all of us also. All of us are like that. How do you know, when we hear all these stories, how do you know that you are not somebody from the celestial world cursed to be in this human world for a period of time? We don't have no guarantee. We cannot say, no, I am not like that Shalamadima. Throughout in our Puranas, we hear so many stories that Apsaras was cursed, this Gandharva was cursed, that Yaksha was cursed. Oh, curse. So many people are cursed to become mortals. We may also have been cursed to become mortals. This is only a drama that is going on here now. It is not real. Our real abode is somewhere else. We've come here to finish it from drama and we'll go back again. Where is sorrow in that? If you think on those lines, where is sorrow? In the Mahabharatala, before Bhishma was born to Ganga and to Shantanu. Before Bhishma was born, 7 children were born. Bhishma was the 8th child that was born. And when Shantanu married Ganga Devi, Ganga, the river Ganga, who had taken up a human form, she said, I will marry you on one condition. No matter what I do, you should not oppose me. If you don't oppose me for what I do, then I will marry you. Modale prenuptial condition, agreement for our wife. Shantanu was so besotted with her, he said, all right, you do whatever you want, I'll marry you. Initially he married. Because her condition was, if you ever object, I will leave you. No, I will never object, you do whatever you want. Okay. So they got married, they lived happily. A child was born. As soon as the child was born, this mother Ganga, she took the child and threw it into the river and killed it. King was shocked. Own mother throwing the child into the river, what is she? What kind of a creature is she? But agreement, he couldn't say anything, kept quiet. Second child was born, third child was born, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, 7 children born, thrown into the river. Hell and thrown into the river. Finally, when the 8th child was born, he said, no, stop, don't do it. I oppose it. She said, you know the agreement. Since you oppose, I am leaving you. I'll take this child with me. When he is of a certain age, I'll return him to you. So she took him and went away. But then when the history of it was asked, there were Ashtavasus, 8 demigods, and they misbehaved with a rishi. They created some kind of a misdemeanor with a rishi. But the rishi cursed them, be born on earth. Among the 8, one fellow was the real fellow who played the trick on the rishi, other 7 were accomplices only. So then when this curse was given, they all begged pardon. He said, okay, you 7 were accomplices, so you will spend a short time on earth and come back. But this fellow has to spend a long time, because he is the real culprit. So then, how to go and come back quickly? So they went to Ganga Devi and they prayed to her, Amma, you alone can help us. You must please help us in such a way that we are born and immediately return. She said, don't worry, I will take care of you. So what happened? They were born and she threw them into the water. They immediately returned to their heavenly abode. Who wants to leave heavenly abode to live in the earth? So the children did not die actually. Well, they died, but they did not die. To the parents it looked as though, to the father it looked as though all the children are dying. But actually these were Vasus who came and then immediately returned to heaven to live happily in heaven. If your story is being told to us. Like this, so many such stories are there. How do we know we are not one of 33? They ever heard of it? Panchamillama sonna. 33 crore devatas are there. So once in a while, everyone, one or the other will be under a curse at every various points in time. You never know. Because the devas are also there, the rishis are also there. If they were cursed in Treta Yuga, they will be cursed in Kali Yuga also. So there is no telling, if you are not a divine celestial being born on earth because of a curse, in order to simply finish off that curse. So what you are thinking as a great life that you are having on earth, which you are craving for, which you are hankering after, which you are seeking all kinds of comfort, is actually only a curse. Shapam. It is a curse that we are undergoing. Then where is attachment to this world? That is why Puranas are replete with all these kind of tales and stories. Whether they are real or not is not of any consequence to us. But they all have a message. The message is, hey, this is not real. This may not be our real life. That could be our real life now. But then for a jnani, that is also equally false. That heavenly life is also equally false. Heaven is as false as this world. Aro keta Ramana Bhagavan kita. Somebody asked Ramana Bhagavan, is Vaikunta, Kailasha, Indraloka, Chandraloka, or all these places real? Bhagavan said, they are as real as this world is. They are about as real as this world is. If you think this is real, then that is also real. If you realize this itself is unreal, then what else can be real? You alone are real. Atma alone is real. What is Atma? There is a consciousness in all of us. We are aware. What are we aware of? Forget being aware of this world. We are aware that we exist. If you close your eyes, right now if you close your eyes, you may not be aware if the person sitting next to you has gotten up and gone away or not. But you will know that you are there. That awareness of your own existence holds the clue to eternal bliss. Existence, awareness and bliss. Being, awareness and bliss. Sat, Chit, Anandam. Sat is that existence. Chit is the awareness of that existence. Right now, what are you doing with your awareness? You are being aware of everything around you except your own existence. That is why there is the lack of Ananda in it. If you want Ananda, then all that you have got to do is become constantly aware of your own existence. Tirumbi ahamdanai dinamah kankan teriyum yendranai en Arunachala. Abadin Ramana Bhagavan says, hey Arunachala, you taught me the highest truth. You said, turn around, look within, constantly be aware of that inner reality, of that inner presence. The reality na enna oru presence thane, oru iruppu thane. You know that you are. You know that you exist. Just hold on to just that knowledge of your existence. Don't define your existence, don't condition your existence by saying, I am so and so, I am here in such a place, I do this for a job, I am a male, I am a female. Don't condition it like that. Don't add attributes to it like that. I am. I am. I am what is not the question. I am is the point here. I am, I exist. If you turn your attention, that awareness, that Shraddha Shakti that you have got, the capacity that you have to place your attention upon something, you are using that capacity to place your attention on all the things around you. You are being aware of everything around you. You are using your senses to become aware of this world. You are using your mind to become aware of concepts. You are using your buddhi to become aware of concepts. And you are never using your Shraddha to be aware of yourself. It is very simple. Adhanalthaan Bhagavan said, Ayye ati sulabha. This truth is very simple. All you have got to do is simply be aware of yourself. But if your tendencies are such that they can naturally go within and place attention upon your own existence, then well and good. What if not? Prahlada tells us what to do in that case. That is why we enter into Prahlada Charitra. After having consoled his sister-in-law, his mother and his nephews, Hiranyakashipu decided to do a great long tapasya in order to gain powers, such powers that he could conquer all the devas, that a repeat of what happened to his brother can never happen. In fact, he wanted to do away with Hari. Hari was the one who killed his brother, Adhanala he wanted to finish off Hari, make the world Hariless. Adhanala he went to do tapasya. Ghora tapasya. He did tapasya like nobody can ever do it now. Because Brahma appears in front of him and says, the tapasya that you did, nobody can do. Nobody has ever done and nobody will do it again in the future. Appadi tapas panutapani. Such a tapas you have done. What boon do you want? Ask me. What boon do you want? No, he said, I want immortality. Immortality itself cannot be given. So knowing that, Hiranyakashipu said, I want immunity from a lot of things he asked. பெரிய விஷயங்கள்லேருந்து கேட்டான். என்னெல்லாம் கேட்டான் அப்படின்னா, பூதேபியஸ் தத்வத் சிருஷ்டேபியோ மிருத்யுர்மா பூன் மம பிரபோ. No creature created by you should become the cause of death for me. No creature created by you should become the cause of death for me. Is the first boon he asked. Na antar bahir divanaktam अन्यस्माद् अपि च आयुधैः न भूमौ न अम्बरे मृत्युर् न नरैर् न मृगैरपि. It should be impossible to kill me during the night and during the day. I should not be killed inside or outside. I should not be killed on the earth or in the sky. I should not be killed by man or animal. No weapon should be able to destroy me. Neither the Devas nor the Asuras nor the Uragas should kill me. Nothing with life or without life should kill me. With life or without life. No creature with life or without life should kill me. No weapon should kill me. Neither inside nor outside should I be killed. Neither above nor below should I be killed. Neither in the day nor in the night. And then no man, no animal, no Deva, no Yaksha, no Gandharva, no Uraga, no Sarpa. In fact, in short, nothing created by you should be able to kill me. And give me that strength that nobody can face me, no opponent can stand in front of me. I should be the greatest conqueror ever. He asked all these boons. Brahma said, okay, Tathastun. You have acquired everything. The boons that you have asked are not easy, but you've put in the effort required to achieve all of this. So I cannot say no to you. Tathastu. Given. So Hiranyakashipu came back after his penance, created a big empire. He conquered the Devas, he conquered all the directions, and he created an extraordinary empire, occupied the seat of Indra by the virtue of his powers. And even the rishis had to sing his glories only, sing his songs about him. Gandharvas, Apsaras, Siddhas, Vidyadharas, all species of beings, everybody had to worship him. All the yajnas were performed and the offerings were all given to the gods. Indraya Swaha. Then he told Indra, you give everything you receive to me. So under his rule, what happened? Yajnas, yagas and all took place. But the fruits of that which went to the Devas, he stole it from the Deva. He didn't steal it from them. He said, you offer all of that to me as tribute. They set an auto rule in their inbox. If it comes forward to Hiranyakashipu. One the land achana adha nimisham forward. Even delete and forward. Forward and then delete. Nothing can stay here. The whole world had to yield to him. He established an extraordinary kingdom. Everything was under his control. Adanala he established rules. It will be spring season throughout to all 12 months of the year. Neither too hot nor too cold. A gentle breeze will always blow. Flowers will always be in bloom. All fruits in all trees should be born in all seasons. Cows should be able to give milk all the time. He made rules so that all the people in his kingdom can be very, very happy. Whatever they wanted at any point in time, they can have it. Under his rule, supermarkets were not closed even on Good Friday. Whatever they want, they can access it any time. Good Friday, but having given all of this to them, he made it so that the citizens can be very happy, but they were not happy. There was no freedom. They had no freedom to worship the Lord. They all had to worship only him. They were all forced to worship him. They were not happy. So he should have been happy. He should have been happy. He had established such a big kingdom and made everybody subject to him. He also was not happy. Sayittam nirjita kakube karat vishayan priyan yatopajosham bhunjano natrupyad ajitendriyaha. Bhagavatam says, although he had conquered all the three worlds and become the one supreme sovereign for all of it, and although he was very attached to all the sensual objects and they were all available to him as per his requirements, in spite of all of that, despite indulging in every kind of pleasure, na trupyat, he was not satisfied, he was not contented, he was not peaceful. Everything was there. This is what normally we all think. The human tendency is, we are in a limited situation. When I say limited, we have this much money only. We have only this many comforts around us. But we tend to look at those who have got more than us. If I had all of that, I'll also be very happy. We think. That is why here Bhagavatam presents Hiranyakashipu to us. He had literally everything. He literally had everything that you can think of. There's nothing more that you can think of that, perhaps he didn't have that in his life. He had everything. In spite of it all, na trupyatuna. He was not peaceful. Why? Ajitendriyaha, because he had not conquered his senses. He had not conquered his senses. He had not conquered his own mind. Therefore, despite having everything at his disposal, he was not peaceful. So if you are not peaceful right now, it is not because you lack certain things that others have. Oh, they have that, that is why if I also have it, I'll be peaceful. Abdini, you are deluding yourself. Hiranyakashipu is the example. He had everything and he still did not have peace, because really peace comes only when your mind is turned inwards. Peace comes when your senses are controlled and you can say, enough, I'm happy with what I have. If you do not have the wisdom to make the choice to be happy, what are you? You're an idiot, no? You're an idiot, because if you don't have wisdom, you're an idiot. No matter how many things you acquire, you'll still be an idiot. Because if you don't acquire wisdom, you'll be an idiot only. So right now you're sad, thinking, I don't have enough. But that is because you're an idiot. Suppose you get everything, will your idiocy change? You will still remain an idiot, so you will still be sad only. Ramakrishna Paramahamsa used to give an example. A man took a bitter gourd, Pavakai, Kerala. He took a bitter gourd and went and dipped it in Ganga, Yamuna, or Kaveri, Brahmaputra. All the holy rivers, he went and dipped the Kerala, then he made a curry with it. It was bitter to his surprise. What will bitter gourd be? He thought, but I dipped it in all the holy rivers. Whether you dip it in holy river or not, it is bitter gourd, it will remain bitter only. Likewise, if you are an idiot god, no matter where you go and dip yourself, you will remain an idiot god only. You are actually idiot. Gain wisdom. Then you will not be an idiot. Until then you will be an idiot only. Not just a normal idiot. Thrice filtered idiot. Vadigattina muttalnu solluvom. But anarthamna, even little bit of jnanam or wisdom is that it will all be filtered out and pure idiocy will be there. Concentrated idiocy. The irony is we are all laughing. At whom are you laughing? At yourself only. You are laughing, but it is your story and you are still laughing. It's good. At least you are able to laugh at yourself. So Hiranyakashipu was not satisfied, but he was living his life in this manner, a law unto himself. Let him lead his life in this manner. Thing was going on all right, but you know what he had? He had a son. He had many sons. One son was there. And that son ultimately was going to be the greatest reward from God for him. What these devas all did was, when they were being tortured by this Hiranyakashipu, they all went to Bhagavan Srimad Narayana. And they prayed to Bhagavan. They could not see him, but they prayed to him nevertheless. They went to that place and prayed to him, Bhagavan, please save us from Hiranyakashipu. He is too much for us. He is torturing all of us. And the gods prayed. But Bhagavan's voice alone was heard. Bhagavan said, Ma bhaishta vibudasreshtaha sarvesham badramastu vaha mad darshanam hi bhutanam sarvashreyopapattaye. Bhagavan said to all the devas, Ma bhaishta, don't worry. Don't fear. May good happen to you. May good come to you. May all good come to you. Sarvesham badramastute. May all good happen to all of you. My darshana itself is enough to make you happy. Wait, go home now. You came, you saw me, you had my darshan, now go home because you should be happy. They are still standing there. What happened? Actually, we are not that happy. Why are you not happy? You've seen me, are you not happy? We should be happy. According to the textbook, we should be happy, but we are not happy. Why are you not happy? That Hiranyakashipu. Oh, I know. Jnatam edase dauratme. I know about him. Go. I know, we also know you know, but if you can do something about it, it will be very nice about it. Tasya shantim karishami. I will take care of him. Go. It will be nice if you know exactly when you will be getting to action. Kalam tavat pratikshata. You wait until then, you will know. If you could be a little bit more specific. Yada Vedeshu, Deveshu, Vedeshu, Goshu, Vipreshu, Sadhushu, Dharme, Mayicha, Vidveshaha, Savashu Vinashyati. When he harms the Devas, the Vedas, the cows, the Brahmanas, the Rishis, myself, when he creates offenses against all of us, at that time I will put an end to him. We are Devas. We are already being suffering in torture. Is it not enough? No, wherever you want to wait in the future lab. Oh. So Bhagavan said, okay. Prahradaya yada druhyet. When he hurts Prahalada, then I will take care of him. Who is Prahalada? Vallangeta. Who is Prahalada? Swasutaya Mahatmane. His own son Prahalada. When he hurts his own son Prahalada, I will take care of him. Why will a father hurt his own son? Which father will hurt his own son? What is this? Bhagavan is chumma leading and spinning his tail in front of us. Namma vandu kettom Bhagavane put an end to him. Now Bhagavan said, you have seen me, that itself should be enough, go home. He's torturing us. Yeah, I know. Yes, you know, but can you do something? I will do. When it is time. When will it be time? When he hurts all of these people. Are we not already being hurt? No, when he finally hurts his son, his own son. Bhagavan himself, with his own words, uses these following adjectives when describing Prahalada. Normal people are not using these words. Sakshat Bhagavan himself is using these words with reference to Prahalada. Nirvairaya prashantaya swasutaya mahatmane prahradaya yada druhyet hanishyepi varorjitam. When he harms Prahalada, his own son, who is unlike you all, that is the subtext, unlike you all. Nirvairaya has no enmity towards anybody. Prashantaya is always in a state of peace. Mahatmane is a great Mahatma. When he is hurt, I will kill this Hiranyakashipu despite all the boons that he has received. Hanishyepi varorjitam. Even though he is protected by boons, I will destroy him. But Deva said, Nirvairaya, you said he is without enemies. Obviously, small boy, he doesn't have enemies. What enemies will a small boy have? Prashantaya, he doesn't have any trouble, so he is in peace. Look, Hiranyakashipu is such an enemy for us. We are being tortured like this. Bhagavan is using all these terms because this is exactly the state in which Prahalada was. Who was Prahalada's enemy? His own father was his enemy. Hiranyakashipu, who is the father of Prahalada, father who should be looking after the child, protecting the child, is himself out to get the child's life. The Mari situation, what a traumatic situation Prahalada's 5-year-old child is facing such trauma, abuse by his parent. Father is abusing him. What kind of abuse? To the extent of killing him. Anal, how is Prahalada? Nirvairaya, no enmity in him towards his father. Sorry, at least is he agitated, disturbed? Prashantaya, he is in a state of peace. His father is out for his blood and he is in a state of peace. He is in a state of love, no enmity. How are the Devas? They are still alive. Hiranyakashipu is not killing them. He merely subjected them to his rule. And he said, you live, get your yajnas done, you offer everything to me, but live. Compared to them, Prahalada was in a much worse situation. These guys are having it good, but still, can you kill Hiranyakashipu for us? They are making a plea towards Bhagavan. Bhagavan said, you wait. Suffer some more. Suffer some more. Yeah, if you want other person to be hurt, you suffer first. When you want to hurt another person, you are hurting yourself now first. Bhagavan said, Kalan tavat pratiksha. Since you want to hurt somebody, you suffer. Who do they want Bhagavan to kill? Hiranyakashipu. They may not know who Hiranyakashipu is. Bhagavan knows who is Hiranyakashipu. Our fellow Jaya, these fellows are coming and complaining, asking me to kill my own servant. He said, you suffer. Kalam tavat pratiksha. Until then you wait. Wait with patience. Everybody's attention turned towards Prahalada. Looks like when Prahalada is going to be harmed, only then Hiranyakashipu will be put to an end. Who is this Prahalada? Find out. Everybody started doing Google searches. Prahalada. Next top trending search. Who is Prahalada? Pata tasya daityapatehe putraha chatvaraha paramadbhutaha. 4 sons this king had. Adila Prahrado abun mahamstesham gunaihi mahadupasakaha. Amongst them Prahlada was one of the sons. And how was he Abdina? Mahan Tesham, he was the greatest among all the sons. Gunaihi mahadupasakaha. He was filled with all holy gunas because he was the worshipper of the Supreme Lord Bhagavan himself. Brahmanyaha Sheela Sampannaha Satyasandaha Jitendriyaha Atmavat Sarvabhutanam Ekaha Priya Suhrittamaha. Brahmanyaha, he was very cultured. Sheela Sampannaha, filled with all good qualities and virtues. Satyasandaha, devoted to the truth. Jitendriyaha, who had conquered all his senses. 5-year-old boy conquered all his senses. Atmavat Sarvabhutanam Ekapriyaha Suhrittamaha. Like the Atma, like Paramatma, like Bhagavan himself, he was the friend of everybody, dear to everybody, liked by everybody. Na udvigna chitto vyasaneshu nispraha shruteshu drishteshu guneshu avastudrik dantendriya prana shariradi sada prashanta kamo rahita suro suraha. Description of Prahlada. Na udvigna chittaha, his mind was never agitated. His mind was never agitated. By what? Vyasaneshu, by all kinds of troubles around him, his mind was never agitated. How come adversity did not agitate his mind? Nispriyaha, because he was without any desire. He was free from all desire, and therefore the troubles outside did not affect him. What is the relationship between desires and troubles not affecting you? What is the desire we have? We have the desire to not have troubles. We have the desire to not have any trouble. So when troubles come, we are affected immediately because it is going against our desire. If you don't have any desire of that sort, if troubles come, let them come. But then you are not going to be disturbed by troubles. No? Why? Because there is a desire of some sort. Nisprihaha, he did not have any desires. So whatever came was acceptable to him. So his mind was not agitated by what came. Na udvigna chitto vyasaneshu karhichit nisprihaha shruteshu drishteshu avastudrik. Okay, how did this boy become free from desire? We also want to be free from desire. If we know how to, then we will also do it. Ilyana. How? Adukum answer is given because he found the worthlessness in all that which is seen or heard by him. Drishteshu, shruteshu, avastudrik. You think there is some value in what you are seeing, that is why you desire it. You think there is some value in what you are listening to, that is why you are desiring it. And the objects of this world, seeing and hearing, all senses are included in that. All these things that you are perceiving with your senses, it is only because you find some value in it that you are desiring it. If you understand that there is no value in it, will you still desire it? Tell me. If there is a small gold coin that has fallen down here, you might take it up and say, oh, Swami gave a gold coin to me. I came to Saptaham, I got a gold coin. Swami's gift, materialized for me. If you find a piece of rubbish there, what will you do? If you find a piece of rubbish sitting next to where you are, oh, Swami materialized rubbish for me for Saptaham, I will take it and go and Pandaviyana. Chi, and you will bin it. Why? You know there is no value in it. You think there is value in something. If you think there is value in it, you will add stories to it and take it. God himself gave it. God himself gave it. God gives rubbish and you won't say God given rubbish. I will treasure it. If you give value, you desire it. Prahlada did not give value to anything. He saw the valuelessness, the worthlessness of the world. He saw the world and said, what is there in this to desire? What should I hope to get in this? As it is coming. If it is coming, let it come. I have to put up with it. Who in the right minds will go and seek it when it is useless? அப்படின்னு பேசாம இருக்கான். தாந்தேந்திரிய prana sharira dihi. His senses, mind, everything was under control. Sada prashanta kamaha. All his desires were pacified. They were all quiet. Rahita suro suraha. Even though he was born in an asura clan, he did not have any asuri qualities. எப்படி இருந்தான்னா சாக்ஷாத் பகவதீஸ்வரே அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டான். He was exactly like Bhagavan. The gunas that Bhagavan has, he also has. And wherever the virtues of great ones are being discussed, and the first person to be discussing there, even his own enemies would start by praising Prahlad ki jai. அப்புறம் தான் பேசுவாளாம். ஏன்னா அப்படி ஒரு பிரகலாத குணாஸ் வருது. குணைரலம் அசங்கியைஹி மகாத்மியம் தஸ்ய சூச்யதே வாசுதேவே பகவதி யஸ்ய நைசர்கிகி ரதி. Shri, the small boy seemed to have so many gunas in him. So many good attributes are there. Freedom from desire, stability of mind, control of senses, not being disturbed by anything. All these good qualities. How did he get all of these good qualities? In Keta, ஒரு reason, only one reason. If we also can hold on to this reason, we will also become Prahaladas. என்னதுன்னா வாசுதேவே பகவதி யஸ்ய நைசர்கிகி ரதிஹி. He had a natural attachment towards Bhagavan. He had natural love for Bhagavan, natural attachment for Bhagavan. அவ்வளவுதான், வேற ஒன்றும் கிடையாது. And just because of that natural attachment to Bhagavan, all good qualities came one after the other. They lined up, wanting to be with him, waiting to be with him. न्यस्त क्रीडन को बालो जडवत तन्मनस्तया कृष्णग्रह गृहीतात्मा न वेद जगदीदृशम् आसीनः पर्यटन् अश्नन् शयानः प्रपिबन् ब्रुवन् नानुसन्दत्त एतानि गोविन्द परिरम्बितः. Prahlada's state. Nyasta Kridana Kobalaha. He was a small boy, but he was not given to playing around all the time. Quite talk on the Drupana. Jadavat, he'll be sitting there as though he is inert. As though inert, he'll be sitting. Tanmanastaya. Why is he sitting inert like that now? Mind is involved, immersed in that. People are thinking, psychological problem, developmental issue. Why is the child behaving like this in Bhagara? Anna, he is sitting quietly like that. His mind is constantly immersed in that supreme truth. Krishna graha grihitatma. He has been possessed by Krishna. He was under the influence of Bhagavan. He was under the influence of the Supreme, as though like a malefic planet coming under the influence of somebody. Inge or benefic planet. ஒரு கிரகம் பிடிச்ச மாதிரி இவனை பிடிச்சி வச்சுட்டு இருக்கான். லைக் பீயிங் பொசஸ்டு பை அ கோஸ்ட் மாதிரி இங்கே ஒரு பூதம் பிடிச்சிட்டு இருக்கான் அவனை. ஒரு பெரிய பூதம், விஷ்ணு பூதம், மகத் பூதம், ஒரு பிக் பூதம் has gotten hold of him, taken hold of him and possessed him. He cannot think of anything other than that பூதம் alone. எந்த பூதம்? விஷ்ணு பூதம், பகவான் சாட்சாத். ந வேத ஜகதீத்ருஷம். He was not aware of the world in the way in which we are aware of it. நமக்கு பார்த்தா உலகம் தெரிகிறதே. குட் we are able to see, bad we are able to see, right we are able to see, wrong we are able to see, we are able to see all these things. He couldn't see all those things. எல்லாம் பகவத் ஸ்வரூபமாக தெரிகிறதாம். Good, he is a good man, bad man, he likes me, he doesn't like me. All these things he could not see. Everything seemed to be like Bhagavan to him. And no matter what he was doing, asinaha, whether he was seated, paryatan, whether he was walking, whether he was eating, whether he was lying down, when he was drinking, when he was speaking, he did not know that he was doing all of those activities because his mind was completely immersed in Govinda Parirambita. மனசு கோவிந்தன்லயே அப்படியே லயிச்சிருக்கான். We are not talking about some 80-year-old Mahatma. We are talking about a 5-year-old boy. Mind was drawn into Bhagavan, so enchanted, infatuated, intoxicated in love that he was not even aware of what he was doing. Mechanically, the hands will pick the food and put it into his mouth. He was not even aware of what he was tasting. And absorption inside. Kvachid rudati Vaikunta chinta shabala chetanaha kvachit hasati tad chintahlada udgayati kvachit nadati kvachit utkanto vilajjo nrityati kvachit kvachit tadbhavana yukta tanmayo nuchakaraha kvachit उत्पुलकस्तूष्णीम् आस्ते संस्पृश निर्वृतः अस्पंद प्रणयानंद सलीला मीलिते क्षणः स उत्तम श्लोक पदार विंदयोः निषेवया किंचन संगलब्धया तल्वल पराम निवृत्तिमात्मनो मुहुः दुस्संग दीनान्य Manashamam Vyadhat. How was this? Prahlada's life abdina. Suddenly he will cry. Suddenly he will cry thinking about Bhagavan. Suddenly he will laugh thinking about Bhagavan. Suddenly thinking about the beauties of Bhagavan's gunas, he will laugh. Suddenly thinking he is far away from him, he will cry. He will suddenly burst out into a song in praise of the Lord. Sometimes he will loudly call out, Hey Hare Narayana, abdin he will call out loudly. Without any shame, sometimes without any embarrassment, he will get up and dance. Thoughts absorbed in Bhagavan, he will dance. Sometimes he will himself behave as though he himself is the Lord. And the actions எல்லாம் அப்படியே இருக்குமா அனுச்சகாரஹான்னு சொல்றா. Unconsciously he will imitate the Lord. Sometimes the hair will stand upon its end, sometimes he will become absolutely quiet, அப்படியே thrilled, feeling the joy of coming into contact with the Lord within. Aspanda pranayananda salila milite kshanahana. Eyes will fill up with tears, hair will stand on its ends, whole body will tremble because internally he is feeling the embrace of the Lord. இப்படியா Prahlada was living his life. And the bhajan paadlam. Very beautiful bhajan we heard recently. And when I heard this bhajan, I immediately thought of Prahlada and his state of bhakti only.
Sakala bhuvan ke Prabhu Parameshwara Sakala bhuvan ke Prabhu Parameshwara Pati Nivasi Bhagavan Pati Nivasi Bhagavan 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 Hridaya Nivasi Antaryami Hridaya Nivasi Antaryami Hum bhakton ke Jeevan Swami Hum bhakton ke Jeevan Swami प्राण सखा तुम हे प्राणेश्वर प्राण सखा तुम हे प्राणेश्वर प्रेम स्वरूपा भगवान प्रेम स्वरूपा भगवान 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 सकल भुवन के प्रभु परमेश्वर प्राण सखा प्रभु हे प्राणेश्वरा அப்படின்னு constantly thinking about Bhagavan, melting in Bhagavan, singing the glories of the Lord. யாரு நமக்கு பிராண சகா? Who is our friend? Who is the real friend? Bhagavan alone is the friend. Who is our real relative? Bhagavan alone is the real relative. Who is the Lord of our life? Bhagavan alone is the Lord of our life. If you understand this relationship, how can there be anything else in our life other than Him? This is the state in which Prahlada is living his life. Sadly, though, he was born to Hiranyakashipu, who did not understand what was going on with his son. He thought something was wrong with this boy. Adanale he said, got all doctors to come and have a look at him. They all said, he's fine, he's fit, we do not know. Maybe it is time for him to go and get educated, send him to school, he'll be all right. Hiranyakashipu, all the asuras, including Hiranyakashipu, had gone to Shukracharya's Gurukula. Shukracharya was the guru of all the asuras. In that Gurukula, Shukracharya had taken a sabbatical, he had gone off somewhere. He knows what is going to happen. He knows who is going to come soon, jumping out from a pillar. When that person comes, I should not be anywhere near here. He went off on a long sabbatical. Went to do tapasya on Shiva. So in his absence, he put his two sons, Shanda and Amarka, in charge of the school, because school has to run earlier. So instead of the main principal, there were two joint principals. Shanda and Amarka, his sons, were in charge. They said, you run the school, should connect better. Hiranyakashipu was a bit worried about it. He said, if Shukracharya was there, he would have been the ideal one for my son, especially because he's behaving like this. What to do? Call those two fellows. You don't worry. Father taught us everything. We have shadowed him. We know exactly what to do. We will take care of him. Just as Father took care of you, we will take care of him. Couldn't better. They took Prahlada to the Gurukula. The Gurukula had a very specific curriculum. The curriculum was all designed by Hiranyakashipu only. We think Hiranyakashipu is a character long lost, forgotten in the annals of time. He is very much alive even today, because one thing he succeeded in. His success in one thing has not been replaced by anybody. What now? His system of education that he instituted is still valid. Even today, everybody is studying that only. You know that? What was the system of Hiranyakashipu's system of education? Now, Macaulay system, the Hiranyakashipu system. What is Hiranyakashipu's system? Give importance to everything other than God. That is his system. Study maths, study physics, study chemistry, study biology, study economics, study language, study music, study art, study technology. Nothing to do with truth, nothing to do with God. Don't even speak about all of that. God is false, God is not real. He is not scientifically proven yet. There is little scientific evidence to show that God exists. This today's education, which everybody is valuing so much, was actually started by Hiranyakashipu. There are 4 Purusharthas that are applicable for everybody: Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. Dharma, righteousness, right conduct, how to live in life. Artha, how to earn wealth. Kama, how to satisfy all your desires. Moksha, how to attain the Lord, how to get liberated. He said, my education will be threefold. No moksha business. Cut out all references to moksha and severely edited. All textbooks were revised under Hiranyakashipu's rule. We are still following the same textbooks now. He was a great scientist. Hiranyakashipu was a great scientist. If without accepting God, if you are using your intelligence, what are you but an asura? Swami says Hiranyakashipu wanted to build a bridge between earth and the moon. He was almost succeeding. If Narasimha had not come, he would have succeeded. Many times Swami has mentioned this. He had measured the distance between the earth and the moon. He had measured the distance between the earth and the sun. He knew what the circumference of the earth was. And he wanted to build a bridge between here and moon. Luckily for us, Hiranyakashipu was torn asunder by Narasimha. Otherwise, plans and all went south. But a scientist. And he had meticulously planned an education system where all the other children also will become like him. Scientists, great scientists. Bhagavan matram kadayadu. So he called these two, Shanda and Amarka, and said, teach my boy in accordance with our curriculum. Sherry, okay, done. They taught him. Even though he heard everything. Whatever the teachers taught, Yatatra guruna proktam sushruve anupapatacha na sadhu manasa mene swaparad asadgrahashrayan. He heard everything. He repeated it when they asked him to repeat everything, but he did not accept anything. Much like sometimes, we also studied in school earlier. We also heard what the teacher was saying. We didn't accept anything. what சொல்லிட்டு இருக்கா, nothing went in, அதனால we didn't accept anything. Prahlada was like that. நம்மள மாதிரி தான் போட்டு Prahlada. He also attended school. What did he learn in school? Nothing. அப்படின்னா ஒன்றும் உள்ள போல. Nothing was accepted by him. But why did he not accept it now? Na sadhu manasa mene. He did not accept it because he did not think it was acceptable. Swapara sadgrahashrayan, because all of that education was based on the distinction you and others. You and others. அவனுக்கு maths சொல்லி கொடுத்தாலாம். They taught him maths. How do they teach maths அப்படின்னா, they said, look, then another fellow was there, another asura fellow was there, ஏதோ ஒரு Kumbuchu was there. They called Kumbuchu and said, Prahlada, Kumbuchu had 10 mangoes. If you steal 8 mangoes from him, how many mangoes Kumbuchu has left? அப்படின்னா Prahlada said, I won't steal, he has 10 mangoes only. He has 10 mangoes. No, but you stole 8. I will never steal, he will have 10 mangoes. சரி, மாத்தி போடலாம். Okay. Prahlada, you have 10 mangoes. Kumbuchu comes and says, give me 4 mangoes. So now how many mangoes will you have left? I'll have 0 mangoes left. Prahlada said, I will have 0 mangoes left. He said, what do you mean you have 0? You have given 4 to Kumbuchu. No, I gave all 10 to him. Why not? When he wanted 4, I said, take 10. Or apart from Kumbuchu, Sambuchu also came. I gave 4 to Sambuchu and 3 more to Timbuchu. How will you teach maths to such a fellow? Subtraction, addition, nothing is working with him. When things were going on like this, one day, the king, who loved Prahlada very much, even though Prahlada was a bit weird in behavior, but a very lovable child. He appears weird only to weird people. He is perfection incarnate. He is appearing weird, but even then lovability is still there. He is constantly soaked in the divine rasa. Love is flowing from him. So Hiranyakashipu's favorite son was Prahlada. He called him. Ekada surarat putram ankamaropya bhandava papracha katyatam vatsa manyate sadhu yadbhavan. So one day during the Kurukulam, they go to the Kurukulam, they stay there for a while. It's like a boarding school. Even though he was the prince, he has to go and stay there only. So he was staying there. In between, during the break, he had come home. Hiranyakashipu took the child, put him on his lap. Hiranyakashipu was sitting on the throne and madila ukara vachu chinna koyanda vachu ipdi kai ipdi chinna eda koyande chelame vatsa, how was school? School was good for dad. What did you learn? Tell me one thing that you learned. What is the best thing that you learned from school? Tell me. அப்படின்னு Hiranyakashipu. Hiranyakashipu நினைச்சிட்டு Baba, black sheep, have you any wool? சொல்லும் குழந்தை. Tinkle, tinkle, little star. சொல்லும். The old MacDonald had a farm. சொல்லும். Because these are the things he had told them to teach. Then he was thinking, which one is the child going to pick? That's solithu. Prahlada replied, Tatsadu manye asuravarya dehinam sada samudvigna diyam asadgrahat hitva atmapatam grahamandakupam vanam gato yad harimashrayeta. What is the best thing you have learnt? He said, Appa, he thought, my father is so interested in wanting to know the best thing. I'll tell him. This alone I deem to be the best. What is it? Especially for those who are confusing themselves to be this body and as a result of it are always disturbed by accepting the false as real. False, poi real nu eduthukra. Poyye meyyena. They take the false to be real. Edu false na, this identity of ours is false. We take that to be real. And because of that, sada udvigna chetasa, some udvigna chetasahana, their minds are always disturbed because of that. For all those who are suffering in that manner, the best thing for them to do is hitvatmapatam grihamandakupam. They should abandon their homes, which are like blind wells, and instead vanam gato, they should go to the forest. Yad harimashrayeta, they should go to the forest and seek the shelter of Bhagavan Shri Hari. What is good? He said, leave the house, which is like a blind well that is going to trip you, trap you unawares. Leaving that, you go into the forest and seek Hari, seek Bhagavan. Having said it, Prahlada never went into the forest. Never he went into the forest. Bhagavan Hari came to his house. Hari na enna artham theriyuma? One meaning of Hari is Bhagavan Srimad Narayana. Another meaning for Hari is lion. Hari means lion. Vanam gato yad harimashrayeta, go to the forest seeking the lion. The lion came home seeking Prahlada. Narasimha, the man lion came home seeking Prahlada in the end. But what does it mean? You do not have to go to the forest physically, but the mind should be in the forest. That is why Swami would say, hands in society, heads in the forest. Your hands must be in society, but your heads must not be in society, head must be in the forest. Forest na enna? And the Shanti. What does the forest represent? Shanti, the tranquility, peace of solitude. The ekantathala nama ulla irukonu. You should be with Bhagavan inside. Outside you be in society. Adatani is meaning here by saying, go to the forest. On listening to that, listening to these words, Hiranyakashipu burst out laughing. Hey, what is this child blabbering? He looked at the teachers, what have you taught him? We didn't teach anything. We didn't teach anything. Above, Hiranyakashipu said, I know you also may not have taught him all these things because you don't know these things. Where will you teach him all these things? You yourself should know before you can teach. But anyway, somebody must have come in secret and given all kinds of nonsensical ideas into him. Make sure nobody comes into the school without permission. I will send extra soldiers. So they all came back. When they came back, the teachers caught hold of this boy. Manata vangi putiyada. We took you with great pride, thinking, here is this our star student. Oh, king, question him, and the king will give rewards to us, seeing how well you have taught the children. We went there with great hopes. You dashed all our hopes to ruin. Why did you say all those things? Who taught you all these things? Vatsa prakrata badrante satyam khataya mamrisha. Tell us the truth, don't tell lies. Don't be afraid, tell us the truth, don't tell lies. Prahlada Jana, what is a lie? He does not know what is a lie, he only knows the truth. What is truth, what is lie, what are all these things? Because they are used to telling falsehoods, they are warning him, better not tell falsehoods. Tell the truth. You will never believe anybody. Who taught you all these things? Who taught you all these things? Buddhi vedaha parakrita utahote svato bhavat. This buddhi veda, this perversion of your mind, did it happen naturally or did somebody else come and do it to you? Is this your own making or somebody else's making? Tell me the truth. Tell us the truth. How did you come to these conclusions? Niya on a mind about kolpinutia. Somebody else came from outside and did it. Odane Prahlada chonna paraha swahascha iti asadgraha pumsanyan mayaya kritaha vimohita diyam dushta tasmai bhagavate namaha. Prahlada said, I salute that Bhagavan Srimad Narayana who has created this kind of a, because of whose Maya, bewildered by whose Maya, such concepts as us and others arise. They asked him, did you do it on your own? Did others come and spoil it now? This concept of oneself and others. This is Maya. Where is oneself? Where are others? There is only Hari. There is only Father alone is nothing else, no one else. This is the truth. Where are others? Many years ago, there was a small boy whom Swami pulled up in Vrindavan and started speaking to. Amazing bhakti this child had, and jnanam this child had at that time. Swami spoke to him. His answers were so beautiful. Swami was so pleased. Swami materialized a 50 rupee note and put it into his pocket. Swami himself put it into his shirt pocket. And Swami said to him, see all these, you're so good. See all your seniors, the elder brothers here, they're all behaving so badly. But the child said, Swami, nobody is behaving badly. If you are present in everybody, who can behave badly? Swami was so pleased. He created the note and put it into his pocket. And then Swami said, hey, be careful with this note when you go out, because in the bazaar there are thieves. Bazaar lo dongulu unnaru. If you go out, there are pickpockets. They will pick your pocket, so be careful with the money. The child replied, Swami, there are no thieves In the thieves only you are there. If you gave the money, if somebody takes it, that is also only you. When the child said, Swami said, "Arey, evantra idu Prahladallaga maatladutunnade." Appadina Swami immediately said, "Who is this boy speaking like Prahlada?" Appadina சொன்னார். Who is this boy speaking like Prahlada anu Swami சொன்னார். அப்படினா பிரகலாதன் எப்படி பேசினான் அப்படினா, Prahlada did not accept the concept of others. நம்ம அடுத்தவாங்கிற கான்செப்ட் இல்லையா நம்மகிட்ட. us and others. என்ன, how do we behave? நமக்குன்னா ஒரு மாதிரி அடுத்தவான்னா ஒரு மாதிரி தானே. So usual behavior is something for us, something else for others. If we make a mistake, we will put up with it. If others make a mistake, we will scold them. We will yell at them. நம்ம பண்ணணும்னா என்ன பண்ணுவோம்? நம்மளே will yell at yourself. Suppose you make the same mistake, you go stand in front of the mirror, you idiot, don't you have any brains? நீ சொல்லுவியா என்ன? What to do? It happened like that, it's okay. If somebody else did it, why did you do it? If you want to correct them, that is a different story. That is a different story. If you want to correct them, that is a different story. But we take out our anger, frustration on others. Do you never take your frustration out on yourself? When you have done something bad, yeah, we treat ourselves differently, others differently. We give ourselves comfort, we don't care about the comfort of others. எல்லாத்திலையுமே we treat ourselves differently, others differently. எப்பவுமே it is inevitably it is there in this world. And Prahlada was not able to do it. Not artificially. It is not artificially, oh, I should treat everybody the same because I have been told in a discourse. From now on, whether I feel it or not, understand or not, I will pretend to. It will only be pretense. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it in action. Advaitam should be only in bhava, never in kriya. Because if you put it into practice, it will be false. It should naturally come. It is like taking an artificial flower and spraying perfume on it. How is that real? The flower blossoms and spreads fragrance. Attain bhakti instead. Don't practice all of these things. We are talking about Prahlada. Adana, you should not suddenly think, oh, I also should treat everybody the same. Abadini, if you get down to doing that, I will tell you it will be artificial only. You are doing it because it didn't spontaneously come to you. Somebody told you and you are trying to do it. That will not last. The force of it will not last. After some time it will go away. Appadi pannapadadu. You should not do it like that. Eppadi pannanum? How should it be done? Natural, like Prahlada. Who taught him? Who said, oh, Prahlada, treat everybody the same? Nobody taught him. Nobody taught him that. Later on we will see who taught him and what. But even there, he was not taught to treat everybody the same. That was his natural swabhava. It blossomed because of the love he had for everybody, because he saw Bhagavan everywhere. Like that we also should do. Copy pannapadadu. Copy paste will not work. So he said, this Maya which has created this concept of me and others, I salute that Bhagavan who created it. Sayadānuvratah pumsān pashu buddhir vibidhyate anyayesha tatânyoham iti bedagata sati. Or pashu buddhi, it is an animalistic concept. He says that we entertain, I am so and so, and they are separate, they are different. I am different, they are different. In the concept A, false. Yenna sayesha atma swapareti abuddhibhihi duratyayānukramana nirupyate muhyanti yadvartmani vedavadino brahmadayo hyesha binatti mematim. You asked me who bewildered my mind. I will tell you who bewildered my mind. He whom the ordinary people cannot understand, who think of him as I and he, friend and foe, etc., me and others, when he alone exists. That one who can bewilder even the minds of devas, he bewildered my mind also. Yata brahmayat yayo brahman swayam akarsha sannidhau tata me bhidyate chetaha chakrapane yadrichaya. Just as pieces of iron are naturally attracted to a magnet, like that my mind naturally goes towards Bhagavan. You are asking me, is this something that somebody else put into you or you put into yourself? That is like asking the iron, are you attracted to the magnet on your own or somebody else coming and pushing you towards the magnet? What can I say? The magnet is attracting, Chakrapani is attracting, Bhagavan is attracting, I am being attracted. That is the relationship between us and him, between me and him. When those two gurus heard these words of him, they kept quiet. ஏன்னா என்ன சொல்கிறது ஒன்றும் புரியல அவளுக்கு. They didn't understand anything what he was saying, so they kept quiet. Then what, naturally others are there, we are there. What is this business of thinking everybody is the same? How can everybody be the same? What is wrong with this fellow? Hey, something is wrong. Challu ututa. After some time they tried to cajole him and said, you sit and study all these things. So once again he got into the same routine. Once more break came. This time they told him several times, speak properly. You know your father hates hurry. Be careful about what you say to your father. Respect us. We are also teachers. We have to have a job. Don't get us sacked from our jobs. Prepped him and sent him. He came back to his father's presence. Again when he came there, ankam aropya ankam avagraya murdhanya ashru kalam bhuvihi. Hiranyakashipu lifted up Prahlada, kept him close to himself, hugged him, kissed him, had tears in his eyes with the love that he had for Prahlada. Made him sit on his seat and then said to him, Prahlada uchatam tata swaditam kinchid uttamam. You've been there for a long time this time. Prahlada, my darling, my dear boy, what have you learnt? Tell me, what have you learnt? Have you learnt everything correctly? Have you been listening to the teachers properly? Did you get good marks in school? An Asian parent told you. Even if it was Asura, still an Asian parent. No? So he said, did you get good marks in school? What marks did you get? What did others get? Swapara iti. Asians na undadalla. But what you got is also doesn't matter. How much did others get? How much did that fellow get? So what is the best you learned this time? You tell me. Prahlada was still so interested. Look how interested my father. Last time itself I told father. He still wants to know more. Okay, I will give him the next step. And a previous step was go to the forest and seek Hari. How do you seek Hari when you go to the forest? The next step, logical next step. First step, go to the forest, seek Hari. How? Maybe that is what father is asking. Shravanam Kirtanam. Listen to the glories, sing the glories. Shravanamna, listen to the glories. Kirtanamna, sing the glories. Hiranyakashipu was twirling his mustache. Good. That they have taught him properly. Sing the glories of Hiranyakashipu. Listen to the glories of Hiranyakashipu. Vishnoho Smaranam. Remember Vishnu. Padasevanam. Archanam Vandanam Dasyam. Sakyam Atmanivedanam. Iti Pumsarpita Vishnu. Bhaktischennava kriyate Bhagavat yadda tanmanye aditamuttamam. Not one, 9 things I deem to be the best amongst what I learned. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnoho Smaranam, Padasevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atmanivedanam. Listen to his glories, sing his glories, remember him all the time, serve his lotus feet, worship him, prostrate to him, serve him, befriend him, offer yourself to him. These are the 9 things. Navalakshanamana bhakti, Navavida bhakti, bhakti that takes these 9 forms. This indeed is the highest and the best amongst all the things that I learned. The moment he uttered this, king became so angry, he threw the boy, flung the boy down. The king who had taken him up and kept him on his lap with so much love, he threw him down and said, how dare these you fellows teach this boy all these things? And he looked at the teachers. And if a small child has learned something from school, now who do you blame immediately? You have to call the teachers up. Why is my child saying all these things? What have you taught him? Hey, Brahma Bandho, how dare you teach him these kind of things? Asaram grahito balo mamanadritya durmate. You have taught him waste things, useless things. How dare you defy me and teach him these things? When he looked angrily at those 2 teachers, Namat Pranitam. I did not teach. 2 fellows are standing there. Namat Pranitam. I did not teach. Other fellows thinking, instead of saying we did not teach, you are saying I did not teach. Then what does it mean? Na parapranitau. No, he also did not teach. Na matpranitau, na parapranitau. Suto vadatyesha tavendra shatro. Naisargikiyau matirasya rajan. Niyaccha manyum kadadasma manaha. We did not teach him. I did not teach him. He also did not teach him. Nobody taught him. We asked your son, where did you learn all these things from? He says, naturally it comes to me. What can we do? What are we supposed to do? But I think he looked at Prahlada now and said, is what your teachers are saying, is this true? Have they not taught you all these things? Prahlada said, Matir na Krishne paratasvatova mito bipadyet grihavratana adanta gobir vishatam tamisram punah punah charvita charvanana andayatandaihi upaniyamana vachishatantriyam urudham nibaddha. What they are saying is true. They did not teach me all these things. That is because they themselves do not know all these things. Those whose minds do not go towards the Lord, those who are constantly dwelling only in the illusion of me and others, those who are only devoted and dedicated to their own households, grihavratanam. Grihavratamna enna? Vide vratamarkama valk. What is their vrata? House itself is the vrata. House, family, my duties. I've got my duties, I've got my responsibilities, I have to look after my house, I have to look after my family, clean my house, wash the clothes, do the dishes, look after the children, look after the husband, look after the wife, go here, go. Idan Grahavratamanu peru. Thandi vratame illa valk. They do not know anything more than this. Common man run of this. If you look outside in society, how are people living their life? Just think about it. A child is born, goes to school. If you ask him, what do you want to do when you grow up? I want to become scientist. I want to become garbage truck driver. I want to become fireman, fiery. After that, no, I will find a nice girl. I will marry. I will have children. I will divorce her, marry somebody else, divorce her, marry somebody else, divorce. Yeah, my father did the same thing. I will also have to do the same thing. Adanta gobir vishatam tamisram punas charvita charvananam. Chewing the same cud again and again and again, eating the same thing, chewing it again and again. That's life. What are you doing? Same thing you are doing. Have you done anything different in your life? Same old, same old, same old. What everybody did, I also do. Nobody in my family, nobody attained God, so I'm sorry, I cannot attain it. Nobody in my family is spiritual, so I also have to continue like this. I have to lead a dog's life. Yeah, my family is filled with dogs. What to do? I'm also a dog. What? This is how we are living our lives. Prahlada dares to be different. He says, these people who have not dedicated their minds to God, how will they even understand what I'm saying? Nate viduhu, they do not know. The Lam, if you need to know all these things, Mahi yasam pada rajobhishekam nishkinchananam na vurnita yavat. As long as you are not able to bathe your head in the dust from the feet of those who are devoted to the Lord and nothing else but the Lord, these good qualities, these kind of thoughts will not even arise in you. Until we go and fall at the feet of Mahatmas, Sadbuddhi, good thoughts will not arise in us. Go and fall at the feet of Mahatmas, let the dust of their feet fall upon our head, then perhaps such good thoughts will arise in us. Abdina Prahlada says. When he says all these things, Hiranyakashipu becomes very angry. Eyes are bloodshot. He says, you fellow, you are siding with the enemy. You are taking the side of the Devas and Vishnu who killed your own uncle. What kind of a familial affection you have got in your life? Your uncle was killed by Vishnu whom you are praising. Your uncle may have been killed by Vishnu, but what did uncle do before Vishnu killed him? Just because he is my uncle, is he a good man? An evil man will be punished whether he is my uncle or my auntie, no? How does it matter? My uncle, so don't send him to jail. If he has committed a crime, he has to be punished. Just because your uncle, will they leave you be? Even if the man is from uncle, they will have to still put him in prison. So Hiranyakashipu became very angry and he said, I will kill this fellow. If as a child he dares to oppose me and side with the enemy, I dread to think what will happen when he grows up. I cannot let this poisonous weed grow in my own household. Everybody will laugh at me. The world will laugh at me saying, oh, Hiranyakashipu, we say he is the hated enemy of the Devas, but his own son is a big fan of Devas. On Facebook he is following them. He has liked every post that they have posted. அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவா இல்லையா, அதனால I will put an end to him அப்படின்னு சொல்லி he tried all kinds of means to kill Prahlada. Tried to cut him with weapons, threw him from the top of a mountain, threw him into the ocean, had him bitten by serpents, had him trampled by elephants, gave him poisoned food, put him into the fire. இத்தனையும் பண்ணான், எல்லாம் பண்ணிருக்கான். ஆனால் why do so many things அப்படின்னா, from that itself we know nothing worked இல்லையா. You try to kill a person, if you do 10 things to kill a person அப்படின்னா என்ன அர்த்தம்னா, at least 9 have not worked in அர்த்தம் இல்லையா. No need to say anything more. No need to even say he survived. The very fact that they tried to kill him by cutting him into pieces, then they tried getting him trampled by elephants, then they tried pushing him from the top of a mountain, then they tried throwing him into the ocean, then they tried throwing him into the fire, then they tried putting him into the pit of snakes, then they tried giving poisoned food to him. All of these things have been done. None of them did anything to Prahlada. Nothing happened to Prahlada. What did Prahlada do? Did Prahlada call out to the Lord every time, Bhagavane Kapatungo, please protect me, please Palayamam, Rakshamam. No. He did not say anything. He did not even open his mouth and say, please protect me. Adam Prahlada Mahatmya. The greatness of Prahlada is what abdinna. What did he say instead na? Yengirundalum ayya, Yengirundalum ayya naan உனை மறவாது நிலை பெயராது, உனை மறவாது நிலை பெயராது, நின்றிட நீ அருள்வாய் ஐயா, நின்றிட நீ அருள்வாய், எங்கிருந்தாலும் ஐயா. மெய்யையே மெய்யென எண்ணிடும் மதிநீத்து, உண்மையை காணச் செய்வாய். மெய்யையே மெய்யென எண்ணிடும் மதிநீத்து, உண்மையை காணச் செய்வாய். இருந்தொளிர் இல்பமே நான் என்று அறிந்திட, இருந்தொளிர் இல்பமே நான் என்று அறிந்திடவும் அன்பையை பொழிந்திடுவாய், உன் அருளினை தந்திடுவாய் ஐயா, அருளினை தந்திடுவாய். எங்கிருந்தாலும் ஐயா, உன்னையே விரும்பிடும் என் மனப்பாவையை, உன்னையே விரும்பிடும் என் மனப்பாவையை ஆண்டு நீ மனம் புரிவாய். உன்னையே விரும்பிடும் என் மனப்பாவையை ஆண்டு நீ மனம் புரிவாய். உயிரினோடொன்றாய் இதயத்தினில் கலந்து, உயிரினோடொன்றாய் இதயத்தினில் கலந்து, என்றென்றும் நீ ஒளிர்வாய். உயிரினோடொன்றாய் இதயத்தினில் கலந்து, என்றென்றும் நீ ஒளிர்வாய். சாயி என்னுள்ளே நீ ஒளிர்வாய் ஐயா, என்னுள்ளே நீ ஒளிர்வாய். எங்கிருந்தாலும் ஐயா, நான் உனை மறவாது நிலை பெயராது, உனை மறவாது நிலை பெயராது நின்றிட நீ அருள்வாய் ஐயா, நின்றிட நீ அருள்வாய் எங்கிருந்தாலும் ஐயா. Wherever I am, O Lord, grace me so that I never forget you, so that I never swerve an inch from my state. I've been thinking that this body, this false body itself is me. Remove that wrong mentality from me and make me see the truth. Let me realize that Sat Chit Ananda alone is what I am. அப்படின்னு shower your love upon me, shower your grace upon me, so that this realization comes to me that I am Sat, Chit and Ananda. This mind of mine which has fallen in love with you alone, take over this mind and marry it, my Lord, and then become one with my life. Merge into one with me in the heart. Let us merge together and forever let you alone shine, so that there is no more any me left in this. Abdina Prahlada is singing to Bhagavan, and in this beautiful, delightful state in which he is, nothing is harming him. He is not feeling any pain from anything. Nothing is able to cause any injury to him. At every turn, Bhagavan is rushing to protect him, even without him asking for it or calling for it. Ippadiya, we will leave Prahlada delighting in his love for the Lord, hoping and praying that perhaps a small droplet, a fraction of that love may fall upon us also and transform us by its own power. When we come back in the evening, we will see the rest of Prahlada Charitram and Nrsimha-avatar. सर्वत्र गोविंद नाम संकीर्तनम गोविंद